Hello everyone, welcome to the Study Spectrum TV channel, and today we are going to start with chapter 3, Synthetic Fibers and Plastics. So students, there is one more plastic, its name is Teflon. So Teflon is the brand name of polytetrafluoroethylene. This is the plastic which was discovered by Roy Plunkett of Kinetic Chemicals in 1938. So students, what is the quality of Teflon? So what is its quality? Like food materials does not stick easily, and due to this property, Teflon coating is used for making different kinds of non-stick utensils. So like you can see that different kinds of non-stick utensils are available in the market, like tawa, cooker, kadahi, different kinds of pans. So why people are using this kind of coating? Because it absorbs a very less oil and it is good for our health also. So students, it is all about the properties of plastic, and here we are also discuss about the Teflon. So it is also a kind of plastic and its brand name is polytetrafluoroethylene. Now, as we have discussed about the plastics, so what are the effect of plastics on our environment? So we are going to discuss about the another topic, plastics and the environment. So students, if you go to the market, wherever we go to the market, mall or shopping center, so people what do? They give us our packaging, like whenever you go to vegetable market, you will get the vegetable in polythene. Whenever you go to mall, you will get the different kinds of articles in polythene bags only. Other than this, if you go to anywhere, we get the things in a plastic bags. So because of this, what happens? These plastics get accumulated into our house, and ultimately it goes to the garbage. Because what happened, when it is accumulated in lot amount, what you will do? You will just throw it out into the garbage. But you know that disposal of plastic is a major problem. Why? So students, if you recall the activity which we did in a chapter microorganisms, so what we have done there? We had used the different kinds of pots with a moist soil, and in pot A we had kept the different kinds of vegetable peels and other products, and in pot B we have put the different kinds of plastics and glasses for 3 to 4 weeks. Then what we had observed there, we saw that the things which was present in pot A changes it into the manure. Why? Because it was the biodegradable. So what we can say, a material which gets decomposed by action of bacteria or decomposers are called the biodegradable substances. Whereas when we observed the pot B, so the plastics, glasses were did not decomposed. So why? Because the bacteria or decomposers which are present in the soil, they cannot decompose the plastic materials or the glass materials. So whereas despite made different uses of plastics, there are environmental health hazards associated with their disposal, and they cannot be easily decomposed. Because of that, they are called the non-biodegradable substances. So students, if you it takes several years to decompose, and because of that it is a non-environmental, or we can say that it is not the environmental friendly object or a material. Why? Because the burning process of plastic is very slow and it does not get completely burnt. So because of this property, this process releases a lot of poisonous fumes in the atmosphere, and it can become a cause of air pollution. So because of all these environmental hazards, the question is, how can we solve this problem? So students, what we can do? We can reduce the uses of plastic bags. How we can do this? So whenever you go to the market or any shopping center, what you can do? You can ask for the paper bags. Whereas you can also carry your own cotton bag or jute bags or the paper bags. So because of that, we can reduce the uses of this plastic materials. Other than this, there is one more way we can reduce the plastic, that is a recycling plastic objects is another. So what it is another way of reducing the plastic objects. So recycling plastic objects involves collecting, sorting and processing of plastic waste with an aim to reuse the material in manufacturing other products. So here what we have seen, that we can reduce the uses of plastic. So students, other than this, two types of bins are also made available by our municipality. So this is are of two colors. One is a green bin and another one is a blue bin. You must have seen it into a ground or any other areas. So why do we use both colors? And the both color have a different importance. Like if we talk about the green bins, so that we can use the green bins for throwing the all the biodegradable substances like peel of vegetables and fruits and other food items. And blue bin we can be used for throwing of recyclable waste like plastics and glass material. So because of using both the bins, we can also reduce the environment, we can also reduce the pollution which can be happened because of plastics. Another thing students, we can do few things to avoid the harmful effects of plastics, like do not accept plastic bags when you go for shopping. Always ask for the paper bags, or you can carry your jute or cotton bag. And other than this, keep plastic bags clean and dry so that they can be used for the recycling. Now, other than this students, we should not throw the plastic bags on roadside and water. Like if you throw it into the roadside, what would happen? There are many cattle like cows, sheep, buffaloes which eat the waste material or food which are present on the roadside. So what happened? Along with eating food, sometimes they can also swallow the plastic bags. So what happens at that time, when it reaches to the inside the body of these cattle, it can choke the respiratory system of these animals, and because of that these animals can die. Other than this plastic is also responsible for clogging drains. So because of all these, we should keep public areas clean and plastic free. Other than students, we should use separate garbage bins, as earlier we have discussed about the green bins and blue bins. So these bins we can also be used in our home as well as in school. So what would happen? Even in home you can separate the plastic materials with the biodegradable substances. So students, here we have discussed about the few things through which we can reduce the uses of plastics. Now we should always remember the 4R, that is a reuse, reduce or recycle the plastic things. Other than this, we should also develop a good habit so that we can stop the uses of plastic things. Now students, it is all about the synthetic fiber and plastics. Let us start with the revision. So students, as earlier we have discussed about the synthetic fibers. So what we have seen, that synthetic fibers consist of multiple small molecules, that is called the monomers. So these synthetic fibers are made up of different kinds of monomers and they form the polymer. So the process of making of polymer is called the polymerization. Other than this, students, natural fibers are obtained from the plant and animals, whereas synthetic fibers are synthesized in the lab, or it can be made by the human beings. And here what we can say, the processing of petrochemicals like natural fibers also woven into fabrics. Like as we have seen that we can woven the fabrics through natural fibers. So same is happened with the synthetic fibers. It can also be used in woven of the fabrics. Other than this students, what we have discussed, that if we use these synthetic materials for clothes as well as for other articles. So students, here we are done with the chapter, and in this chapter we have discussed about the synthetic fibers and plastics. So now let us take a quick revision of this chapter, that is synthetic fiber and plastics. So students, as earlier we have discussed that the synthetic fibers consist of multiple small molecules, and these small molecules are called the monomers. So when these monomers combines, they form the polymers. As we have seen that natural fibers are obtained from the plant, whereas animals, like plant, we get the jute and cotton, and silk and wool we get from the animals. But if we talk about the synthetic fiber, so they are synthesized in lab by a chemical processing of petrochemicals. And like natural fibers, they are also woven into the fabrics. So if we can use it for making clothes as well as other articles and different products. Like as what we have discussed, we can use it for making parachutes, ropes. Other than this, we use it for making different kinds of handles, bristles. We use these kind of synthetic fibers for making nets. And other than this, we use it for making tennis racket and a badminton racket. So it is all about the uses of synthetic fiber. Other than this, if we talk about the synthetic fibers, so they can be ranged into rayon, nylon, polyesters and acrylics. So these are few synthetic fibers which we use it on our daily life. Like if we talk about the rayon, so rayon is a kind of artificial silk. As what we know that silk is a process of the processing of silk is a little costly. So and it is also very much beautiful and attractive. So because of that, if we talk about the rayon, so it is a kind of synthetic fiber and we obtain it from the wood pulp or cellulose. So we can use rayon as it resembles to the silk, so we can use it for making different kinds of synthetic like synthetic dress materials. Other than this, if we talk about the nylon, so we can say that nylon is a true synthetic fiber, and its strength is very high and it is very elastic. So because of this, we use it for making ropes, parachutes, trampoline. Other than this, it is very flexible, so we also use it for making a bristles of toothbrush. So it is all about the nylon. And other than this, if we talk about the nylon, we use it for making socks, stockings, different kinds of sarees. Now polyester, so as if we talk about the rayon and nylon, so these are made up of the polymers, or we can say that they combine different kinds of monomers combined and they form the rayon and nylon. But what are the polyesters? So here the polyester is made up of repeating units of esters. Now acrylic. So acrylic is also very soft and a flexible item which we use in making of different kinds of shawls, blankets and carpets. So these fibers are differ with each other in strength, elasticity, absorbing capacity and the nature of their burning and durability. As we have discussed in activity that nylon is strongest synthetic fiber, whereas we have also discussed about the burning process of synthetic fibers. So what we have seen that if we talk about the plastic, so it takes a lot of time in burning, and because of that it also releases some poisonous gases. Now if we talk about the plastics, so these are also a kind of synthetic fibers and they are made up of linear and cross-linked chain. Like plastics can be of two types, thermoplastics and the thermosetting plastics. So thermoplastics are plastics which can be easily molded and we can give it to any shape. Whereas if we talk about the thermosetting plastics, so these are heavy cross-linked polymers and they form a plastic materials which cannot be easily bent, like utensils of melamine, and we have also discussed about the handles, bakelite handles. So these are made up of the thermosetting plastics. But we all know that we use plastics in our daily life in different kinds of forms, like we use it for PET bottles, jars, we use it in a we can see that we use it in a bathroom, like we use it in the form of mugs, buckets, stools. So because that, what we can say that plastics even become a part of our life. But in spite of these different kinds of uses, plastic is not friendly with our environment. Why? Because it takes a lot of time in a burning. and this process is very slow. Because of it releases a poisonous gases. It can be harmful for our environment, and it can become a cause of air pollution. Other than this, if we talk about the plastics, so sometimes if like our animals, if we eat it in a food, along with food, it can choke their respiratory system. So because of that, the animals can be die. So students, it is all about the synthetic fibers and plastics. Now let us start with the exercise of the synthetic fiber and plastic. So our first question is, explain why some fibers are called synthetic. So students, why? Because some fibers are made by the human beings, and they form in a laboratory, and they formed by the processing of petrochemicals. So because of this, we can say that some fibers are the synthetic in nature. Now the next question, mark the correct answer. So here our question is, rayon is different from synthetic fibers because, so here three options are given. One is it has a silk-like appearance. The second is it is obtained from wood pulp. And the third, its fibers can also be woven like those of natural fibers. So students, the first option, it has a silk-like appearance, is right. Why? Because it looks like a silk only. Now the next question, fill in the blanks with appropriate words. So the first question is, synthetic fibers are also called dash or dash fibers. So they are also called the artificial and man-made fibers. Now the second thing, synthetic fibers are synthesized from raw material called, so the raw material will be a petrochemicals. Now the next is, like synthetic fibers, plastic is also a dash. So plastic is also a kind of polymer. Now the next question, give examples which indicate the nylon fibers are very strong. So students, why we can say that nylon fiber is very strong? So because we use it for making different kinds of ropes, for climbing rocks, parachutes. We also use it for making trampolines. So as earlier we have also done it in activity, it has been proven that nylon fiber is the strongest fiber, as we have done this activity with different kinds of fibers like cotton, wool. Other than this, we also use the rayon and nylon. So what we have seen in that activity, that nylon needs lot of amount of weight to break down. So because of that, we can say that nylon fibers are very strong. Now the next question, explain why plastic containers are favored for storing food. So students, as earlier we have discussed that plastics are non-reactive. Why? Because they cannot react with different acids like chemicals, and strong chemicals like bleaches and acids, acetic acid, or is because of that we also use it in home for keeping our pickles and acetic acid. Other than this, they are very lightweight and good in strength, as its strength is also good, and they are easy in handling. the difference between thermoplastics and thermosetting plastics. So thermoplastics can be easily molded or it can be easily bent. Whereas if we talk about the thermosetting plastics, so they cannot be bent easily, and when it is forced to bend, it can be broken down. And other than this, the thermoplastics can be softened with heating, but they can't be softened. About like thermosettings cannot be softened. Other than this, they can be reshaped. Thermoplastics can be reshaped, whereas thermosettings cannot be reshaped. So if we talk about if we take the examples of thermoplastics, so it can be PVC, that is a polyvinyl chloride, as we use it for making sanitary pipes and water pipes. Other than this, we can also take the example of LDPE, that is a low density polyethylene, which we used for making poly bags, and we use it also for packaging of different kinds of fruits and foods. We can also take the example of SDPE, that is a high density polyethylene. Other than this, if we take the example of thermosetting plastics, so we use it for making melamine utensils, and we also use it for making bakelite, that we use for making of handles of pans and like cooker, etc. So it is all about the difference between thermosetting plastics and thermoplastic. Now the next question is, explain why the following are made of thermosetting plastics. So here the first question is saucepan handles. So why do we use thermosetting plastics for making saucepan handle? Because they do not get softened on heating. So here we use the bakelite. So bakelite is a poor conductor of heat. That's why we use it for making a saucepan handle, so that our hands cannot burn, because it does not get softened on heating. Now the next is electric plug switches and plug boards. So we use thermosetting plastics because they are poor conductor of heat and electricity, and because of that we use it in making electric plugs, switches and plug boards. Now the next question is, categorize the materials of the following products. It can be recycled and cannot be recycled. So the here few options are given. It is a telephone instruments, plastic toys, cooker handles, carry bags, ballpoint pen, plastic bottles, plastic coverings, and other than this, electric wires, plastic chairs and electrical switches. So what all we can be recycled, it will become in a category of thermoplastics. So the like plastic toys, carry bags, ballpoint pens, plastic chairs, plastic coverings on electrical wires will become in the category of thermoplastics, or we can be use it for recycling. Now if we talk about the things which cannot be recycled, it will be our telephone instruments, cooker handles which is made up of bakelite, and other electrical switches, and this will become in the category of thermosetting plastics. Now the next question is, Rana wants to buy shirt for summer, so should he buy cotton shirts or a shirt made from synthetic material? Advising Rana, giving your reasons. So students, as earlier we have discussed that cotton is a good absorber of water. So it can soak our sweating easily. So because of that, it makes our body cool, and Rana has to wear that shirt in a summer, so he should use only a cotton shirt, because synthetic fibers does not absorb the water properly. Now the next question is, give example to show that plastics are non-corrosive in nature. So why can we say that plastics are non-corrosive in nature? Because plastic is not corrosive even if they come in a contact with the strong chemicals like acids and bleaches. That's why they do not corrode easily. Because of that, we can say that plastics are non-corrosive in nature, and we use it for keeping acids and bleaches and different kinds of acetic acid also, because these things can be react with other metals. That's why I use plastic, and we can say that plastic is non-corrosive in nature. Now the next question, should the handle and bristles of a toothbrush be made of the same material? Explain your answer. So students, as you know that handle of the brush should be strong and sturdy, whereas bristles should be flexible and soft. So because of that, we cannot use the same material for the handle and bristles. We have to use the different material for making of handle of the toothbrush, as we can take the plastic. But for making a bristles, and the bristles of toothbrush should be flexible and soft, so we can use the nylon material for making the bristles of toothbrush. Now the next question, avoid plastics as far as possible. Comment on this advice. So students, as many times we have discussed that plastics are non-biodegradable. Why? Because they cannot be decomposed with the bacteria or decomposers which are present in the soil. Other than this, the burning process is also very slow of the plastics, and even they cannot burn completely. Because of that, they release a poisonous fumes which can be cause of air pollution. Other than this, like if we throw the plastics here and there, what would happen? The cattles can be swallow this plastics along with the food, and it can because of that it can choke their respiratory system, and these animals can die. So because of all the environmental hazards, we can say that plastics are not the environmental friendly, and we should avoid it as much as possible. So students, now the next question, manufacturing synthetic fiber is actually helping conservation of forest? Comment. So students, if we talk about the raw materials which we get obtained from the plant, so what are these? These are jute and cotton. So if we only use the natural fibers like jute and cotton, we have to cut a lot of trees, whereas what we can, and it can be lead to a deforestation. Whereas if we use the synthetic fibers, so they are made up of raw materials, and what is that raw material? This is a petrochemical. So because of that, we can say that synthetic fibers conserve our forest. So students, now we are done with the chapter synthetic fibers and plastics. So in this chapter, what we have discussed about the synthetic fibers. As we have seen that natural fibers we obtain from the plant and animals, whereas synthetic fibers we synthesized in a laboratory, and they are made up of the processing of petrochemicals. So hope students you understood the lesson clearly, and thank you for watching Study Spectrum TV channel.